Good morning.
What is going on?
Thank the sun, Harenthiel. I'm trying in vain to make this highly intelligent commander of yours understand that these headaches are not arbitrary.
Grandmaster?
Sharim is right, Commander. Something is wrong.
What the...
The Nuramies are inside the city! They're inside the city, damn it!
Prophet, come here. What is the meaning of this?
The Nuramies, they're inside the King's Bay. Their ships, they just appeared. I don't understand.
They just appeared? Are you trying to tell us that an entire fleet entered our harbor and nobody noticed it?
Of course. They cast an invisibility spell on their fleet. The magical blockade prevented us from recognizing it. A good plan. Thanks to the utterly capable military around here. One that worked out perfectly.
Watch your mouth, wild mage. Nobody...
Commander, it does not matter how it happened. We must act quickly. Sharim, is the spell for the barrier of the gates ready?
The one at the main gate, yes. But until now, we couldn't cast it because of the blockade. Should I give the signal?
Yes. They want us to panic, but we will not do them the favor. Activate the barrier, then return to us. Soldier, you said that the Nerimes have already invaded the city. To what extent?
They're in the Fog District, I think. They overran the harbor gate before we were able to close it. But Sergeant Harlechan has entrenched himself at the gate of the lower district. He won't be able to hold it for long.
Good. Commander, station your soldiers on the battlement and use arrows to keep the Nerimes at a distance. Don't let them get close to the market. You, Prophet, will accompany me there. We will liberate the South Quarter and then secure the harbor gate, so that Sharim will be able to place a barrier there as well. At least the heart of the city will be safe then.
You're going to fight.
Yes. Now go. Time is of the essence.
Understood. Soldier, follow me.
Are you ready?
Hold on. How did they enter the city without anyone noticing them? Even though you literally just explained that. I'm not going to hit that.
Good. We need to find Sergeant Harleyan. The soldier said he's in the South Quarter. Follow me.
Okay. Good morning, more cowbell. Good morning, Juanta, Ryman, that Warden, Salty Pendabear, and Loke the Night Reaper. What's up, guys? Ryman, you asked a question the other day, and I don't think I ever got around to answering it. Do you remember what that was? By chance? Ryman's like, what are you talking about?
Bastards. They will pay for this.
Gotta love a holy crusade, am I right? They're always such nice, wonderful affairs. Good morning, Bragon. Good morning, Rusty. Oh, I don't know if we're doing anything tonight, by the way, Bragon. Depends on Guido, who is still putting together his new computer. And how long it takes us to beat this game, for that matter. Oh my god, Mehrunes Dagon has arisen! Sorry.
Infiltrators. Just as I suspected.
Let's just be invincible here. For no reason, really. Hi, Reuting. But he's right. What? What? Huh? Good morning, Platty. Did he? You know, whatever. Yep, anyone want barbecue? I'm cooking. I'm gonna have to go get him, aren't I? No, maybe not. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get him. Alright, whatever. Hopefully that didn't completely break his scripts.
God, what the heck?
So yeah, go back where you're supposed to be. You got it, more cowbell. Don't worry, it's much better with the dead. Hi, Gold Flavius. Come on, game. There you go. That sounds right, Ryman.
I don't bloody care what you're thinking. Secure the damn gate.
Good morning, Morbidian.
Sergeant Harligan.
Who? Grandmaster Arantheal. It is an honor.
The honor is mine. What is the gate's status?
Bad. Dozens of Naramis are behind this gate, and they're setting up rams.
Then we will stop them. We have to secure the harbor gate at all costs. Once we have done that, our mages will seal the gate. This is all of you, I take it?
For now, yes. But reinforcements are on the way. I forgive my failure, Master. We should have seen it coming, but everything just happened so quickly.
I know. Now come on, we march out. Every second we wait will help the enemy.
Yes, sir. Guardsmen, the Grandmaster is relying on us, and so is Malthus. Live up to your names.
Yes, sir!
Go!
Hi, Morbidian. Hello, Black Vial. He had a cameo. All the game engine can handle, my lord. I do want to give them credit. They've really been stretching the boundaries of what this engine can do. It's just, they're kind of limited. You know? Yes, we're pulling a Helm's Deep, Gold Flavius.
Do as the Grandmaster says. He's the only one who can save us.
Get out of my way. Or die, I don't care which.
Just at the right time. Pathetic.
I sure hope so, Gold Flavius, or this is going to be the shortest countercharge in history. Wait, your battle cry is for freedom. You're invading us!
Good. Now close the gate.
Seriously.
Yes, sir.
Hey, SJ.
It's jammed, Sergeant!
What? What are you talking about?
Is it possible that the Naramis have sabotaged the mechanism?
Sabotage? Yes, of course, that must be it. What can...
The locking mechanisms of the gate are on both sides of the wall, correct?
Yes. Yes, Master, that's right.
Good. Good. Prophet, you and I will fix the cranks. Sergeant, in the meantime, you and your men will keep the Narimes off the gate. When we are finished, we will give the signal for retreat. Understood?
Yes, Master, of course. Gideon, Elmar, prepare the cannon. Let's show the bastards what it means to defy the Lightborn. We will await your signal, Grandmaster. May his light guide you.
And you. Follow me, Prophet.
Is it just me, or does it feel like every military officer here is incompetent other than T-Lore? Like, they're all so flustered. Oh my god, we're under attack. Yes. Yes, you're under attack, you moron. But what should we do? It's jammed, sir. Okay, then we'll break the locks and smash it down. But then we won't be able to bring it up again later. Yeah, well, that's a tomorrow problem.
Well then, there are two cranks with which the portcullis is controlled. One can be reached by following the left hallway, the other one is to the right. We do not know if the Narimes have already sabotaged both mechanisms, but I suppose so. You take the left crank, I will take the one on the right. Once that is done, you will return to the city gate. Understood?
Yep, I gotcha.
I'm sure they're trying their best to do just that, but it will take time. The defense mechanisms of Ark are more than solid. Let's not push our luck, however. Go.
Well,
I am hurrying.
Loke the Night Reaper. One of these factions is a horrifyingly terrifying religious zealotry, which is dedicated towards the absolute eradication of the other, in the name of science. And the other one is a group of religious people. Hi. Peekaboo. Did he just run over to help me with mine? He totally did. That's actually funny. That's not how that's supposed to work. What's actually funny is, as much as I was saying that for...
Retreat!
As much as I was saying that for comedic effect, it's probably worth noting that there are several regular civilians amongst the religious faction, that would be us, who are totally cool with literally killing every single member of the other side.
Thou art my light, my shimmer at the horizon. Your
Fire!
So, in summary, the Narimes believe that in science, and they are willing to kill all the religious people. And the religious people believe in religion, and are willing to kill everybody. I feel like that's kind of the point, because this is, you know, the apocalypse. Such as it is. It's just we seem to be causing the apocalypse rather than it being like a meteor or whatever. Or zombies. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure when The World Ends With You will happen, Roiting. Mostly because, well, I'm not sure when I'll have internet after tomorrow. But whenever I do, we'll be doing The World Ends With You and then Tales of Vesperia, or vice versa, I forget which. Who are the high ones? Well, they're the bad guys. That's basically all we know. They're the bad guys.
It is working again!
You heard him!
Retreat!
What the?
Oh, my Malthus. What?
Retreat! Now! Do something, Grandmaster! Do something, damn it!
No.
Well, enjoy being on the other side of the gate. Okay, how did that get... Who even put a barrier there? And why?
It's over.
Well, I suppose reconquering the gate didn't go as well as planned, did it? What happened here?
Nothing. Secure the gate.
As you wish. However, Seems we have a visitor.
Theodore Aranthiel on the battlefield. I must confess, I am surprised. Oh my, look at these poor fools. Trusted you until the end. It seems you still value human life as little as you did back in Kira.
Okay, that's awfully cocky coming from someone who just killed them. Probably not personally, but that's the commander of the enemy army, the Neremese army.
How many people was it, Aranthiel? I have forgotten.
Hi, Senior Pistol Bro.
Wise words from the mouth of a warmonger.
Oh, so that is what I am to you. If I remember correctly, it was you who refused to negotiate. You might not believe it, but I enjoy this no more than you do.
And again, I feel like pointing out that when he says, refuse to negotiate, his terms were insane. Like, it was basically, okay, I won't conquer your people so long as you do everything I say forever and follow my orders without question, was basically the terms. Oh yeah, there was also the mass suicide thing. Let's not even forget that. And the we'll need to ascend to a higher plane of existence by all letting ourselves die thing. But I guess that's kind of related. But whatever. It's just...
Oh, so that is what I am. One more time, Aranthiel. If I remember correctly, it was you who refused to negotiate compared to mine. You might not believe it is merely a matter of enjoy this no more than you into the city. So, for once in your life, make the right call and end this conflict before it gets even bloodier than it is now.
Well said, Kalarik. So, what do you expect us to do now? Ask in your wisdom? Kneel before you?
Yaslan Sharim, how disappointing to see you here. All your life you have fought religion and its tentacles, and now you fight for it.
I fight for something called common sense. You should try it sometime.
Ha!
As I said, Aranthiel, last chance. Stop working on the beacon, and no one will be harmed. The cleansing has to happen, and you will not stop it.
It's probably worth noting that the cleansing is the annihilation of all life on the planet. And that's the thing that the science guys want to happen.
Trust me, I will. Now, is that all?
It is. Oh, it is. Alma, line up the prisoners. I want to see each one of them crucified before nightfall. And then inform the troops. Every Enderalayan will be killed on sight.
Understood.
What?
Religion is a sickness, Aranthiel. And it is the cause of pretty much all the evil that has happened in this world over the past millennia. Your son saw that too, unlike you, but he also made a fatal mistake. To believe that the death of the Lightborn was going to change things. But they were just a symptom, not the cause of the sickness.
I call him the science side because it's easier and simpler than saying the anti-religion side. Although he did actually flat out mention the logics of science and the rigors of science back when he was talking to Telor yesterday. So, but yeah, they're literally treating science as a religion, which, I mean, people have done that in real life, so, you know. Anyways, what's the lore run you want to suggest, Senior Pistol Bro? Because the way that works is you say, hey, I suggest a lore run, and then I'm like, and then it has to go through a fairly rigorous screening process, and then it might be up for funding. Baldur's Gate. Oh, Jesus Christ. Not this year, that's for certain. Maybe some year.
The cause is religiosity itself, this particular way of thinking.
You realize executing people because they were born in the wrong country doesn't help anyone.
I am not executing them for their country, but because their way of thinking has been corrupted. But despite what you might think, I do not enjoy this. Religious people choose irrationality above reason, and dogmas above free thinking. They turn themselves into puppets, and by doing this, they are responsible too. And your behavior, Aranthiel, is the last proof I needed. Believe me, I wish there were another way, but you have shown me that there isn't. The High Ones will never elevate us until the ulcer of religiosity has been torn from every single head in this world. I've tried the peaceful way, but you don't seem to want it. Now live with the consequences. By the way, it's good to see that you have survived. What's about to happen now is your fault, Aranthiel. Don't even try to convince yourself otherwise.
You see these people I'm mass murdering? This is your fault. Stab, stab, stab. This is all your fault. Stab, stab, stab. I hate people like that. What do I think of Safe Haven? I can't summarize that. I like that we see cloaks. I'll be doing a bit of an analysis of it in about 2 weeks. Kung Fu Panda trilogy? Sure. I mean, I don't get to just decide that. What's going to happen is that's going to have to be selected by our patrons and then voted in by our patrons to when we do the next Floodgate cycle in October. But it could happen. Also, Hydelide. I know I can't kill you with a look, more cowbell, but just pretend for a second. No, I did not, Mr. Floyd Pinkerton.
We need to go back to the temple.
So I'm gonna ask. So these questions are so stupid. Why are we playing such an idiot? Ugh. God, that's just consistently pissing me off. I'm not gonna ask those. Why didn't you help the guardsmen? That is such a dumb question. Is Ark safe now? That's such a dumb question. What do we do now?
Proceed as planned. Light the beacon as soon as possible. That is all that matters. Shall we? How long do you need to seal the gate?
Give us an hour.
Good. Be quick about it. Guardsman, what is the situation in the other district? Are all of the intruders dead?
Yes, Grandmaster. Some of the infiltrators have fled into the sewers, but we're in pursuit.
Good. Tell the commander that I want all corpses to be disposed of before night falls, and let the repairs start as soon as possible. We are protected from intruders, but we have to be aware of a panicking crowd inside. Then tell her to place archers and fire breathers on every battlement. Their arcanists will try to break the seals, but we won't let them.
Understood, Grandmaster.
Now then, let us go.
What the? That, huh? Teleport back. How? I don't think I have the ability to do that. Yeah, I think we just hit a big bug here, because everyone's like in the middle of an action, and I feel like it's supposed to be teleporting me now. But seriously, that's such a dumb question. Alright, the town's on fire, and we have a massive, superior enemy army besieging the town. And one of the things we can ask is, are we safe? Why would you ask that? God, just... yeah. Anyways, sorry. Just... it's been bugging me. Earlier, we had a dialogue option which was literally, can you repeat the thing you just said to me? So anyways, yeah, we may be screwed here. I don't think I have any more scrolls. Pretty sure I burnt my last one the last time I used. Yep. Oh wait, no, I do have a scroll of the Sun Temple. Woo. We're good. The one thing that can defeat me, Gold Flavius. Bugs. I'm secretly playing as the Dragonborn. I mean, I am that stupid.
Of course you follow me. They all do.
That better not be a donation for Baldur's Gate Lauron.
By the righteous path, you are well.
What's happened to Jorek? And why in blazes do you stand around like bloody waxwork figures?
Hang on. It's not, it's from Vigilant. Although Vigilant actually is donating for something else. How interesting. I wasn't ready for that. So let me pull this up here. Okay. Vigilant. Actually, I don't recognize what that's from off the top of my head, Vigilant. But nevertheless, I do want to say thank you, as ever and always, for your support, and for putting it towards something else. I'm kidding, but seriously, thank you. And I will... I've jotted that down towards Doom Eternal. Now you're going to make me Google it. Hang on. That's not helpful. Whatever.
What's happened to
Jorek
Jorek?
has betrayed
And
us,
why in
Kilo.
blazes do you stand around like bloody
He
waxwork
has revealed
figures?
the locations of our scouting posts to Korek's army. That's why we didn't see their ships coming. A keeper has caught him talking to Korek through one of the silver plates. And don't worry, he's only unconscious.
We'll torture him later.
Commander, get him out of here.
Of course, Grandmaster. Where should I take him?
Anywhere, for heck's sake! We will deal with him later. This is not a case for the tribunal.
Very well, Grandmaster.
What is the status of the beacon? Where is Marigel?
At the beacon. And there is a problem with your machine. But that's something they should tell you themselves. Now, excuse me, the entire city is in panic. The people expect an explanation.
Then give them one. Follow me, Prophet. To the beacon.
Stab. I'm not sure where Kalia is, or Jaspar. Come on, I'm right here. There you go. As a fresh...
Damn it, just do it.
As a fresh reminder, there will be no lore week this coming Sunday as I'm switching internet. And I don't know when the new internet will be active.
There's no word about a Numinos.
Well, if you say so, then I guess we have to get used to the idea that our machine will not glow anytime soon.
What are you talking about? We have the stones.
Grandmaster. Yes, that is right. We have the stones, and they give the beacon the energy it needs, as we had assumed. But...
this crystal in the middle of the cross. It is the core of the machine, the Numinos.
So?
The Numinos is empty, Grandmaster. That's why it is so dark. If we were to ignite the beacon now, its energy would be emitted aimlessly, with devastating results.
An explosion, to be precise. An enormous one.
Why are you telling me this? So the beacon explodes if we ignite it with an empty Numinos. You see what I mean? That's literally asking the question that we just had answered. It's like if someone says 52, and you say, 52, huh? What's 50 plus 2? Like, just to get across how ridiculous that is. That's been consistent, too. Like, at least they're all optional dialogue options, but the only thing I could think of, that's why I haven't given it a negative, but the only thing I can think of is that it's there, like, for people who literally are ignoring the dialogue during the cutscenes. Because that's the only purpose that serves in my mind. Is... And then the Reapers will... If the Reapers get through, they will be able to destroy this entire line. So what will happen if the Reapers get through? I mean, just... God, whatever. So, the beacon's useless.
So it seems, yes.
I am very sorry, Grandmaster. We should have seen it coming.
We have to find this Luminos as soon as possible.
Yes. And before you ask, we don't know yet what the Numinos actually is. And neither do we know where to search for it.
But we will find a way. Give us a week, maybe 2, and there will be results, I assure you.
You,
Begin. Prophet, get some rest. You will need it.
You realize we're actively under siege, right?
Oh my. Such chaos.
What did Blazes happen to Sigil Master Batar?
Yes, he did. Even though he was one of the closest confidants of the Grand Master, I don't know what to say.
Do we at least know why?
Not really. But it was no secret that he regarded the Grand Master's actions against the Neramis as careless. He does not seem to understand that the beacon is our only chance.
Whatever, can I help finding this stupid Numenos thing?
Yes, I think so. But right now we can't do anything but read the writings from old Dothu Grad for the umpteenth time, hoping for some clue we might have missed before.
So, this means all we can do now is search for the Numenos and hope the Neramis don't find a way into the city before then.
Yes, I guess. You should take a rest. I was told what you did to secure the gate. We'll call you as soon as we need your help.
Hello? 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 There we go. I'm free! I'm free! I know what I must do. Grab both sides.
Hello.
A machine that can banish these high ones.
A machine? Sorry.
Prophet?
I would never Superman things. Ba, ba, ba. High emotion pun. Ba, ba, da. Like I said, I'm not going to give it a negative unless it starts becoming mandatory, but it's just aggravating every time I see it. Just, ugh. It starts snowing. Why is it so cold all of a sudden? No, I got a better one. It starts raining. Why am I all wet? Someone lights a fire under my feet. Well, now I feel more warm, but why is that? Someone hits me in the face with a pie. Why do I taste like delicious all of a sudden? Just, I'm done. Let's go talk to Jaspar. At least he's a beacon of decency, right? He may be a horrific cynic, but at least he's he's got a brain. I wonder why I'm all wet now. Maybe it's because of this then her rain. I just completely lost my Goofy voice in the middle of that. I can't do Goofy. It's hard to do Goofy. I can do that. I can do that part. But I can't actually do the voice. I hooked up, Max. And now your mother's dead. Sorry. Wait, I got a better one. Okay. Why wet am I when raining it is? Yeah, it's pretty impressive, Nascosta. It is quite literally larger in terms of content than vanilla Skyrim. I say that without hyperbole.
Monsieur?
Excuse me. Ugh. No, hyperbole, not hyperbole. Big difference.
You're not from around here, are you?
You, speak to me or die.
Malfash's blessings.
Where's my friend?
Ah, that pretty boy, you mean?
Yeah, that's the one.
Aye, I did. A couple of hours ago. Drank like there's no tomorrow, I tell you.
So, where is he?
No, why would I? People don't usually check out here before they go. But if I was you, I'd go take a look at the other taverns round here.
Okay.
He sure didn't look like he was done drinking.
Oh yeah, by the way, one of the dialogue options there, which I did not pick, was after he says, "Oh, he was drinking like low tomorrow," you can say, "So he looked upset then." By the way, hi, Disco. Yeah, we need to get to Jaspar before he literally kills himself from alcohol poisoning. Which you can do in one night. I mean, some people are like, oh, I'm going to drink myself to death slowly. You can basically get to the point of death in one night. There's a reason stomach pumping is a thing. And I know what you're thinking, how do you know that? Well, aside from the medical side of my family, a friend of a friend's once got to that point. On vodka, specifically. Had to be rushed to the hospital to pump his stomach. So. Alright, Disco, you better ask. Or else there will be burning death in your future. Whoa, that's not burning death. There we go. Burning death. No, that's still not burning death. Hang on. There we go. Burning death. My favorite thing that's in the public domain?
That was your last mistake.
What the? Who are you? What? Who did you aggro? He just killed the chicken! He just aggroed and killed the chicken. Did you see that? Favorite thing that's public domain? Mickey Mouse! Wait. I can't think of anything that's public domain off the top of my head. Like, I'm sure there's some things, I just can't think of any off the top of my head. Yeah, the player does it, I'll have the guards try to kill me. They don't even try to arrest me, they just try to kill me in this game. Snow White? I thought that was owned by Disney, and I don't like Snow White all that much. The Grimm's Fairy Tales. Yeah, I really don't like those. Holy crap. No, thank you. What about Snow White? I mean, I want you to picture just the tap dancing thing. Just that by itself.
Foreigners.
Well, admittedly, I don't do alcohol, so I don't know. Most of the time when I hear about someone drinking, they're doing it either to have fun or because they feel really terrible.
Hello?
What?
Okay, apparently.
Move along. May your path always be even.
Malfester's blessing.
Stop. Well, he's not here. I said stop. You know, I warned him twice.
Huh? What do you want?
Bloody flesh maggots. They are everywhere.
Uh-huh.
Yes, I have read the Iliad, although not in a long time. Like, I read it in, I believe, high school.
Foreigners.
See, the problem is, the way copyright law works is, if, for example, you were to use something from a well-known work, you would have to be able to establish that you have some degree of rights to it. And if someone decided to go after you legally, then they would be capable of doing so. So let me put it to you this way. Let's say I decide to make a game called Snow White. And it's based on the old Grimm tale, so you'd say, okay, that would be allowed. Disney would still be within their rights to sue me over that. Now, they would not necessarily win, because that would have to be decided in a court of law, but they would be within their rights to sue me. Why? Because they do have a legal right to the name Snow White, and to the tale Snow White. Their tale, the one that they told more recently, the retelling. Make sense? So, when it comes to things like that, usually the approach is just don't risk it. Now, of course, that relies on you being big enough to actually get the attention of someone like Disney, but you get the point. Yeah, copyright law is horrible. I've actually been idly studying it for the better part of 4 years now, and it's a mess. It's funny, because I do believe in the concept of copyright and trademark. I really do. I don't want someone else to walk around making a game about Merlinay and the Extant, right? Because those are mine. But at the same time, you can see how that just gets stretched beyond reasonability. The Scrolls thing is probably one of the worst examples of that off the top of my head. What Bethesda pulled, that was nonsense. Hell, so recently, I just tweeted about this last night, just recently I won 2 of the copywrong things on YouTube for the binary domain videos, and failed at the 3rd one. So the 3rd video is just blocked in all countries because of Sega. My stream, with me talking over the game and reviewing the game, with chat present in the video, is considered their copyright-held material, and they have decided that that video cannot be broadcast worldwide as a consequence of them owning my video. That's copyright right there in a nutshell. Well, that's an interesting question, Sonic Doctor. The answer is, no, legitimately, I don't know. Supposedly, when you go to the step I did, an actual real-life person is supposed to get involved. But that's not necessarily true. The step after the step I went to does have to involve a real-life person. However, the step after I went to was the riskiest step and the one that might actually result in a legitimate flag against my show, which I'm not willing to risk. I am going in circles. Oh yeah, I talked about that during last lore week, Lock the Night Reaper. China's copyright law? I have no idea. Never looked into it.
Foreigners.
Okay, I'm just following the same route. Where the hell is this leading me? Yeah, imagine if the Vulcans, or whoever, just show up, there's Vulcans, and they're like, we have come, and we wish to offer you a place in our spaceship and society amongst the stars. But first you must explain to us copyright law.
Bloody wench thinks she's Vata incarnate. Some people just don't know. She'll get it.
Okay, so I think I went that way last time, so let's go this way this time.
Tough times.
Or maybe I did go this way last time.
Tough times.
So they blocked all 3, Loner. I won the appeal on 2 of them. I failed at the appeal. You already asked me that, Reuting. I failed the appeal on the 3rd one. I'm not sure why.
You have a kind heart.
Yeah, that's nice. Shut up.
Spare a penny for me.
You know what? Fine. Here. Have a penny.
Malphas smile upon you.
A real pretty thing you are. We should spend some time together.
Now look at that. If that isn't the Holy Prophet.
Just bar?
What are you doing here? Looking for some fun?
That's a good question, Sonic Doctor. The moment you figure that out, you let me know. I'm going to give the horse 50 pennies and say, go away.
Hey, but we were just getting started.
That's nice. Go away. I gave you the money.
You are way too serious sometimes, you know that? There are times when you just have to indulge.
There's a difference between indulging and drinking yourself onto the table.
I am enjoying myself. You should try that for a change, you know. Who knows how much time there's left for that? What are you doing here anyway?
Well, your own sister tried to kill you. I wanted to check in on you to see if you needed someone to talk to.
Ah, right. Talking. Talking is good. Or is it? I forgot.
But anyways, can I ask YouTube for justification? No. Ignoring the fact that obviously if I was capable of asking YouTube, I wouldn't get a response or a justification, and they might not even know. The fact is there is no asking YouTube. There is no process by which I can contact YouTube as a corporate entity and say, why did this happen? It's not an option. So you blame yourself for Adila's death. You can't deal with that happened. You can't deal with that happened. That's not English. You can't deal with what happened is probably what that's supposed to say.
Maybe I can't, yeah. Or maybe I don't give a fuck about Adila. Maybe I don't give a fuck about any of you. And I'm just waiting for the right moment to stab you all in the back. Who knows? That's the great thing about life. You can never tell exactly which way the wind blows.
You know this is not you and you're not yourself.
I'm not? What if what you're seeing here is my true self? And if it was, would you still bother pretending to care? Nah, you wouldn't. I think if you really knew me, you'd have been long gone.
So I just got to read that text. Just said, I think if you really were me, you'd be long gone, instead of really knew me. So what's your point? We're friends. That's not going to change.
Friends. You just don't want to get it, do you? Let me think how I can make myself more clear.
Hi.
3 words. I don't care. I don't care where my jobs come from and what I have to do as long as I'm getting paid. I don't care if the beggar in the front of the tavern eats his own shit as long as I can enjoy my beer inside. And I don't care if people who think they're important to me kick the fucking bucket because I just don't care. Adila's dead? Fuck it. At least that means there's no one around anymore who knows what I really am. Alicia. She was the first one. I took what I wanted from her, and when it got too tiresome, I just left her behind. Like all the others, before and after her.
But Lissa left you, not the other. She wanted something you couldn't give her. You told me that.
We were on a mission in Golden Forest, and had just set up camp for the night. That was a couple of nights after we realized that we had different expectations, so to speak. I went to get firewood, and when I came back, there were 6 bandits in the camp. Alicia was out cold. She was still alive. I saw it. She was alive, but I just ran. I just turned around and fucking ran.
That's horrible. That's not exactly heroic, but that is very human.
A lot of things are human. That doesn't make them better. Do you think it was any different with us? I saw you and felt there'd be money in helping you. And if that Korak had offered me my life against yours, do you think I would even think twice? You think we're friends, or whatever, but we aren't.
This stopped being lucrative a while ago, and I'm pretty sure you're aware of that.
If that's what you want to believe, go ahead. You think I'm something that I'm not. Something I never was. I'm a sellsword, not one of the good guys. And you think that you know me, but you don't. Adela and Lycia, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Now, please, just go, okay? I need to get away from here. From this city, from these people, from everything.
Well, I'd let you leave, but the game literally won't let me move right now. What, Jespar? Okay, you don't need to literally recall out on me, buddy. Whatever. Where's...
My sir.
Go away. I literally just gave you money. I also just leveled, somehow.
Please, spare a penny.
Right. Well, I'm going to go intend interrogation, because I'm pretty curious why he betrayed us. Actually, it's funny, by the way. I don't want to start a controversial topic, but did you guys see that, I think about 3 weeks ago now, China updated their requirements for games being released in China? And they are more restrictive than they were before. One of the requirements is wonderfully vague. The specific requirement, and I remember this, is a game must... actually, it's anything, not just games, but a game must fall within... must adhere to China's rules... China's ideals and values. That was it. And that's all it said. There's like the last... It was like a bullet point list, and that was the last bullet point was... was that. Whatever. Why am I so far over here? Hang on. Let's readjust. Just been drifting. There we go. It's funny because virtually every major video game publisher out there, and I mean this sincerely, almost every single one, is going way out of their way to try and dig into the Chinese market. Because you can get a huge amount of money for very little investment if you manage to get into the Chinese market. And that is true. There's a reason the mobile gaming market is so huge in China right now. But, yeah, I gotta be honest, if I was a developer, not a publisher, I don't think I'd even try. Just, nope. Just, nope. Of course, it's funny because this has also been a joke in the film industry for, God, like 6 or 7 years now, at least. The Chinese demographic money. There are a fairly large number of, especially action flicks, which have had Chinese locations or Chinese actors, specifically so that they would then be capable of selling the film in China and getting access to that China money. This goes back several years. This is nothing new at all. It's whatever.
Huh? Can I?
Again, I don't want to get into actual controversial topics. It's just, yikes. What was it? Transformers 4, I want to say? I think it's Transformers 4. It was one of the first Transformer films that did the China money thing. There was, the Meg did that too. I don't remember what else.
Apparently we owe you.
It makes me wonder. Like, legitimately. Because one of the things I always tend to ask is the question, why? So why? Why is it making so much money over there? The only answer I've ever been able to come up with is the stipend that people get to spend for things that aren't needs and necessities. I have a feeling that they have very little to spend it on, so they spend it on whatever they can. You know, any entertainment in a storm, right? And I don't mean that as an insult. More of a statement of why they're willing to fling so much money at something. Because something is better than nothing, right? Hence, blockbuster action flicks, which are, in many ways, designed for you to turn off your brain and sit back and enjoy. A more or less literal type of escapism.
One more time.
The Grand Master and the Truchessa do not want to be disturbed.
I didn't kill her.
I'm sorry, brother.
How often do I have to
Good
tell
work in
you
the
that?
heart. Really?
The Prophet found a bottle of cap dust near her body. How do you explain that?
Well, maybe there are thousands of dust addicts in the city, and not just me. Damn it. Yes, I gave Korek the locations of our outposts, but I had nothing to do with the death of that woman.
Then at least tell us who else Korek bought. Who hired the mercenaries in Old Rashengrad?
I don't know. And even if I did, I wouldn't tell you. And do you know why? Because this war is madness, Tealor. It is madness. It is unnecessary. And you are too fucking blind to see it.
I am blind? Which of us is the traitor? Which of us is responsible for the deaths of hundreds and hundreds of people?
Let's stick to the point. Accusations lead us nowhere.
A word of wisdom from your mouth, Natara. Bravo. Pity that your wisdom doesn't go beyond words. Weren't you always the most determined of the three of us? For 3 decades you led this country, and you never showed any weakness. But no, as soon as the grand, presumed dead Tealor Aranthiel returns, all you do is bow and scrape. Why, Natara? Have you too come to believe that pile of scrap metal out there can save us? Whatever that's supposed to look like. Or do you do it because Tealor warmed your bed back in the day?
You are only making it worse.
Oh, am I? You are so bloody blind. Blind and stupid. Both of you. Don't you realize how much of a fool this Korek really is? His only condition for peace was that we would stop rebuilding some ancient machine.
Not true.
What would that have cost us? Nothing. But no, Tealor. To you, this fantasy of cycles and high ones is more important. More important than anything else. Damn it, even your own people.
Fantasy. So you still believe that the threat is not real? After all that has happened?
I don't know. I'm a warrior, not a sage. But even if it is real, what I do know is that we can only lose this war, and that we will dig more graves with each day we wage it. Up here we are safe, yes, but what about the villages, the farmers? Don't get me wrong, Tealor. I know what I did. But sometimes a quick cut is better than bleeding out slowly. Korek would have conquered the city. We would have surrendered. And maybe he would have even shown mercy. But it's too late for that now.
No. You didn't do this for our country or our people. You did it because you wanted to save your own skin. Nothing more and nothing less. And yes, Jarek, maybe you are right. Maybe we can't win this war. But that doesn't mean I will surrender. Because I have something that you don't. Principles. You don't have any. You have nothing but your bottle of booze and your bloody dust. You are a hollow man without talent. And the only reason you are here and not in the alleys of the Undercity is your bloodline. And now people are dead, all because of your cowardice. Do not think I will ignore that for old time's sake. I will count to 3. Who else has Korek bought? 1.
Now aren't you a tough guy, TLR?
2.
What I did was right. One day you'll realize this too, and then you will be ashamed for you just...
3.
Tilo.
We are done here.
I mean, honestly, I don't even blame Telor for that one. I really don't. I have not played Nerim. No, Oblivious Slinky. I hope to God I never do a WoW Classic lore run, because that would be immeasurably boring, Sonic Doctor. For both of us. Also, to be 100% blunt, I already did one. I covered WoW Vanilla during the WoW lore run. So, no. As far as I'm concerned, that's not even on the table. That's not even a maybe someday kind of a thing. That's just a no. The new cinematic is BFA, Reuting. Yes, I did hear that, Oblivious Slinky. In fact, what's funny is my old rumination on Kingdoms of Amalur, which is several years old at this point, when that announcement went live, got several people commenting on it saying, hey, maybe we'll have something new, you know. But yes. Right now, that's still in the conceptual phases, so we'll see if anything ever comes of that. I mean, it's entirely possible for a nation to be built on ideals, Emotion Pawn. The catch is, the further away from nation foundation that it gets, the less likely that will endure. Not impossible, just less likely. Make sense? Let me put it to you this way. Bob and Bob's buddies... Hang on. So, Bob and Bob's buddies... decide to found a nation based on the principles of Yoshis. And they're all like, Yoshis are awesome. They're so but each of the Yoshis, you know, they're very dedicated to the ideal. So then they have children. Those children grow up, and eventually a new cycle of leaders runs in. Now, those children at least have a reasonable chance of being interested in Yoshis, because that's how they were raised. But even with only one generation separate, they are now slightly less likely to be interested in Yoshis. I mean, ignoring the whole children rebel against parents thing, the simple fact is that the children don't necessarily believe in Yoshis the way their parents did. You with me? Then you move another generation down, and another generation, and another generation, and so forth and so on. This is one of the reasons why real-life nations tend to place so much importance on pieces of paper. Because simply saying an ideal is not the same as being able to point at a physical object and say that physical object says Yoshis are awesome, therefore our nation must acknowledge that Yoshis are awesome. Now, that is a bit of psychology, basically, because in reality land, that piece of paper has no more substance or tangibility to it than simply saying, Yoshis are awesome. But you could see why human beings tend to adhere to the idea that because it's written down somewhere, and was written down by the people who founded the nation, that that has more relevance. With me? And of course, it's entirely reasonable that someone, regardless of there being a piece of paper or not, does legitimately believe in Yoshis.
Transcribe verse 80 100 times.
I just don't see
Sky can rain fire. Magisters never...
Half bear, half man, half black space. Space. Hi, Seymour, the llama. So cute. Seriously, llamas are adorable. Dolly and Dot are my best friends. They pull me on this lead through dunes of sand. Not again! It's probably sad that that's my reaction each time, because the previous two cutscenes here are two of the best done cutscenes in the game, and I mean that sincerely. Very well directed, very well scripted, the layout is nice, the lighting is nice, the doodad placement is excellent. It's clear a lot of work and effort went into this area, and the way it's being used. It's just, damn it! Hi, dead dad. You look even more dead than last time.
Now look who's here. So, my child, I know you still didn't find it. You think you know what you're doing. But the truth is, you're still wandering through the mist, just like all the others.
You're wrong. We found the torch, and I found the fire.
Yes, that is what you believe. You know, it would be so easy to see the truth, to feel it, if you, for all your heroism, had not forgotten one thing.
A crisp piece of meat?
To listen. Come, let me show you what I mean.
Look, I just really want a crisp piece of meat. Is that so wrong? Also, as an aside, if this really was where we lived, this is a frickin' palace. Like, I mean, I know it's not that nice of a house, but this terrain? Think about what this would cost in real life.
There we go.
Oh, God, the camera.
Listen to the silence.
There we go.
Okay, fine. I get it. You know you have sinned, and that's why you're lying. But look, honey, I'm your husband, and I deserve the truth. Lying is a sin. You know that as well as I do. And you also know the position this puts me in.
What else do you want me to say? It's ours! Yours!
Mine? You make me unhappy. You know that. You make me very, very unhappy. Next time it's going to hurt. Whose child is it? Oh, Lord, is this what I get for my piety? All these years I sacrificed myself for this family. I toiled, I buried my dreams, and all of it because I wanted them to be happy. And now my own wench betrays me and carries another one's fruit in her belly. But no, as if that weren't enough, she denies me the truth. Me, her own husband. Just what am I supposed to do now, Lord? I beg you, tell me. What shall I do? Yes, of course, Lord. You are right. How could I be so blind? The Creator has spoken to me, honey. A child born of sin is tainted. And this is why we will drown it. Yes, that's what we'll do. As soon as it's out, we'll put it in the trough.
You're a monster! You're a goddamned monster!
I beg your pardon.
No,
I think you just said something that would have made me really unhappy. But unfortunately, I didn't hear you loudly enough. So please, be so kind as to say it again. What? I can't hear you, darling. I can't hear you! So tell me, my child, how does it feel to be powerless? How does it feel having to watch and not being able to do anything?
It's the worst feeling in the entire world, and I should know.
No, but now you can, can't you? But there's no more time, silly. I have to go now, forever. It's been so long since I last ate, and I'm craving a slice of meat. Bloody, crisp meat. Goodbye.
the icon for the achievement for that is a little meat icon.
Hey, Saira, wake up. What's the matter?
I mean, I was just screaming horribly, but nothing. We need to light the beacon. Now.
What? But we will. You found the black stones, Saira, and we'll use them to banish the High Ones, no matter how hard this Quarak tries to stop us. But first of all, calm down a little.
What happened? Why are you here?
Well, because I heard you screaming, I suppose?
Yeah, I do that a lot.
Both Sharim and the Archmagister were asking for you. Apparently they have a clue as to where to find this Numenos. You should go see them as soon as possible.
Fair enough. Where are they at? The beacon?
No, they're in the Chronicum. One more thing before you go, though.
What?
There's something I need to ask you. The mercenary. Sorry for asking, but how do you feel about him?
We're friends. Why do you ask?
I was just curious. Thanks for being honest with me. Anyway, we'll talk again later. Take it slow. You don't look too well.
No, a siege just takes a few hours, right? That's how that works. That's why it's called a siege. No.
Beautiful and proud, the ruler of the
No.
Oof.
I actually despise the Grimtails emotion bond. So I suppose that answers your question. See, I didn't have to kill her. Because she stopped singing. She did what I asked. No music. I forget which it was. No, I like dark emotion pawn. No, Grimtails are just gross and horrible. They go past dark. Is this it? No. I mean, there's some really long sieges in history. I think the Siege of Kandia was the one I was thinking of. No, I was thinking of the Siege of Drepana during the First Punic War. That would have been an 8-year siege. There's longer, but yeah. I want you to picture that for a moment. I want you to do me a favor and think really carefully about what you were doing in 2011. 2011, 8 years ago, okay? Now I want you to imagine that all of that doesn't happen because you spent the whole time in a siege.
Sounds to me as if we'd risk a lot for just a ghost of a chance. I'm not sure if this is wise.
No chance is better than two. That's how the saying goes. You should talk to the Grandmaster. He called for you.
Did he now? How nice. Then I suppose I'll answer the holy call of duty. Walk blessed, Archmagister. Ah, Prophet. If you have a moment, I'd like to talk. Just come upstairs when you find the time.
There you are. Have you recovered?
Yep. How's the situation?
Well, I suppose as good as can be expected under our circumstances. The Truchessus sent half our Arcanists to reinforce the gate sigil, which makes working on the beacon harder, of course. Furthermore, the nightmares have become worse, and more reports of the Red Madness are coming in. It's tragic. Truly tragic.
Yeah. So, that's all fancy and all, but where the hell is your progress on the frickin' Numenos?
Well, let's say we have a lead to a place where we could find a lead. But let me start at the beginning. While you were sleeping, someone tried to break into the storehouse of the garrison. A starling named Kamai.
Okay. Hi, Saldir. You missed it. We're venturing into grimdark territory. More than we already have been.
Well, brace yourself. He said he was looking for Shadowsteel, because he's been working on a starship for 2 decades now. He wants to use it to find the forgotten homeland of his people.
Okay. A starship has to be something else in this setting, because They've already mentioned a starship before this. Maybe it's just a ship that sails by the stars, like, you know, like that's what they call a sailing ship. I don't know.
Well, bear with me. At first, of course, we all considered him insane. He was begging and pleading and insisting that he was just an inch from finishing his ship, and that it really could get him to the Star City.
Oh, hey.
Unlike the others, the Grandmaster listened to him, and he ordered the scouts in Doomville to look for the cave where he claimed his workshop was. And you won't believe it, but they found out two things. First of all, the ship really does exist. And secondly, he says he used ancient Starling plans to construct the ship, which were handed down for generations in Anku, the Starling city on Nerim. We had a look at them. They look very similar to the plans we used to construct the beacon.
Why would I hate you for that, Goldflavius? Oh, never mind. I guess that's a stupid question, because this is the internet, and we're programmed to hate people for thinking slightly differently than us. No, dude. I'm actually a human being, and so I don't have anything wrong with you liking something I don't like, and you not liking something I like. We can have reasonable discourse. I know. Weird. God. So you're implying the ancient fathers of the Starlings, who apparently live in a forgotten city, are also the ones who created the beacon.
Well, either that, or the ones who created the beacon also helped the ancient fathers build the Star City. There's no way to know for sure, but either way, what it does mean is that the ancient fathers must have known about the cycle, and therefore about the High Ones and the cleansing.
So you think that can help us find the Numinos?
Well, let's put it this way. If anybody knows, it's them, and it's definitely the best lead we have found so far. So, in other words, what that means is that we need to help this Kermai finish his ship, and that we will accompany him on his journey to the Star City. Just imagine if it works. A city in the stars that has lasted for millennia. It's unbelievable, truly unbelievable.
Right. Wait, Goldflavius, no, not the internet bomb, no! So what we can then say is, it's our goal to get the ship flying, travel the city, and find Numinos. Also known as the exact same thing he just said!
First, you should visit Kamai's workshop in the Powder Desert. The Grand Master and some Arcanists have already left. And, needless to say, be vigilant when outside the city. The Nerimese might not be careless enough to have their camp right in front of the gates, but they have established outposts all over Enderal, as you have undoubtedly already noticed.
Oh yeah.
You are familiar with teleport magic, aren't you? Here, take this scroll. It will transport you directly to the Powder Desert. I need to get back to my studies now. The more we learn about the beacon, the more fascinating it becomes.
By the way, Aleph, that's what I refer to as pendulum effect.
Let's hope he knows what he's doing.
What you're describing with regards to Frozen. I actually like Frozen, but I fully understand that there are plenty of people who really dislike Frozen and have never seen it purely because of the hype and buzz that was generated around the film, which I, by more or less coincidence, just bypassed. I didn't even see the film in the theaters. I saw it later. I was talking to my niece once, and I forget the context of the conversation, but she was basically asking, or she was telling me if she was going to be Anna or Elsa, and she told me that she would be Elsa, and I was like, okay, why? Because there always has to be a why. And she says, well, Elsa's a queen and Anna's a princess, therefore Elsa's higher rank. So that's the one I want to be. That made me smile. Yeah, Undertale is another unfortunate example of pendulum effect.
I really do.
Because, yeah, I mean, Undertale is, in my opinion, a fantastic game, but because of the hype and buzz that has been generated around it and certain members of the extreme side of the fandom, I know people to this day who haven't played through it because of that. I had to convince a friend of mine to actually pick it up and give it a shot by basically saying, take all that you've heard about it and throw it out a window. And then just play the game. You know what I mean? Pendulum effect is a very real problem. Now, we've been describing, you know, that direction of it, but it can go the other way, too. The way it usually affects me, and I freely admit this, although people like to use this as an accusation against me, is that when people get all and negative towards a thing, I usually find myself more positively inclined towards it, more willing to think about it and process it rather than just jump on the hate train. You know what I mean? Now, that being stated, sometimes garbage is garbage. Anthem, excuse me. But, where the hell? Ah, okay. I see where I am. I am not a contrarian, and I resent the idea of being implicated as such. I think what I think regardless of other people. That's one of the reasons why I like to not make up my mind about things unless I've gone through it recently. Or I've gone through it, you know, myself. I actually refused to pass judgment on Anthem until I actually played it. And I still refuse to pass judgment on Fallout 76 because I have not played it. Make sense? In other words, to put it bluntly, I fight against Pendulum Effect as much as I can, and I try to insist... Really? I try to insist that my opinion is my opinion, regardless of whether or not someone else agrees with it or disagrees with it. That's not part of the equation.
Yoda, I am not. Feel the Force, I do.
No!
Okay. God dang it. It's your fault for drinking OJ, Platty, if you think about it. What'd you think of it, Salder? I suppose, to be more accurate, what'd you think of the third one? Since you already kind of told me about the first two. I've gotten that message a few times. I don't know what that means. Pus Beetle is too powerful for Flame Bite rank 6. I don't know what that means in context. I have no anything to judge on what that actually means. Anyways. So that's a Bone Ripper.
You will pay for your crimes.
It's also one of the reasons I tend to get a lot of flack for having a moderate opinion. Now, that's happened a lot, but my most famous example is probably Mass Effect Andromeda, which I thought was just kind of eh. And so I had a lot of people yelling at me that I was being too positive, and a lot of people yelling at me that I was being too negative about it. Because this is the internet. It's kind of slowed down a bit, but for a while there I had a saying that every day the internet told me new things about myself I never even knew. Hi.
Prophet, it's good to see that you're here. Just follow the hallway down into the cave. That Starling man is on the ship. Or whatever you want to call it.
That's a starship? Looks like an airship. Well, it's evil, Platty. First you have to pick a line. And now I'm also testing your ability to creatively put yourself in the shoes of your character by picking a line you think is most endemic to the character. Any questions? Yeah, I was just saying, this is seriously some Spelljammer stuff right here.
Built it all by himself. Just look at that thing. It's unbelievable.
No, it actually looks pretty mundane, but I'm with it. It's also called the Gertrude. So make of that what you will. It's also got the Keepers working on it, so that's a thing.
Walk blessed. Was a tube with a circumference of 3 fingers' length. And does this look like 3 fingers' length to you? His thoughts exactly. Now bring him a new one. Chop chop. Well, well. You are the one everyone is talking about. Kermai Kazor Tatakajape. Pleased to meet you.
Say that one more time. Anyways, you need help finishing your ship?
Material, not help. To be honest, with all those brutes hammering on Gertrude right now, he is more concerned for her well-being than for his own need to be helped out.
Gertrude?
Ah, Gertrude. That's her name. It expresses both elegance as well as dignity, don't you think? In her embrace, we will find the ancient fathers.
Right. But you will take us on your expedition as soon as Gertrude is ready to fly?
That's the deal, yes. Even though he wonders what you hope to find up there. Anyway, enough talk. They say you are quite skilled in finding things, and there are things that need to be found to finish Gertrude. Sakabaku copper alloys and a Pyrian crystal cube. Find them. The sooner the better.
And where do I find these things?
Well, that's the challenge. The alloys can probably be found in one of the old Starling mines in the Powder Desert. The crystal cube. That's a bit more complicated. But as far as he knows, you might find one in Thalgard. In the time of the expansion, there was a famous Starling tinkerer working under Dalmarak, and he must have used similar cubes in his work. Here, I'll mark both locations on your map. Please don't die. That would be most unpleasant. Ah, and one of the arcanists was so kind as to put a teleport rune in the cave, so you can use this scroll to return here. And now, excuse him. There's a lot to do, and Gertrude does not like to be kept waiting.
Okay. Well, sure. Whatever, I suppose. I mean, it's actually kind of a cool looking airship. So, you know, that's something. Although you notice how the textures for the airship thing are actually supposed to be smaller textures that have been stretched out to fit the size. Not complaining, I'm just commenting on how they got inventive with the tools they had available in order to make this happen. Yeah, the Eagles... I don't even like talking about the Eagles, so I'm just going to leave that alone. Saldir. The gold sickness actually made a lot of sense to me. I think I talked about that in the rumination, but I think it was just that specific implementation of it. The Sauron thing? Yeah, unfortunately, even though The Hobbit was designed literally to be prequels for the Lord of the Rings movies, not the books, they still kind of skipped over a couple of logical points, and that's one of them. Although I did like how it kind of leads to Saruman's descent. That was a nice touch. The Gertrude. All right, guys. You have to name a ship the Gertrude, like a spaceship or whatever, or a naval ship. So, what type of ship? Like, you have to assign the name Gertrude to a ship, basically. So what type of ship do you call the Gertrude? I don't understand that emotion pawn. Like, what don't you recognize, regardless of having a suit? That is way up there. A Star Destroyer. Well, there are many types of Star Destroyers, so, you know, which kind? An SSD. Someone go kill Black Vial for me really quick, please. Just a couple quick stabs, thanks. I like the idea of an ice hauler. Or a trawler. I do like Colony Ship, too. That's a good one. Actually, I mostly agree with you on that, Siler, but I think I'm also the only person in the entire world who actually kind of liked the romance subplot that they added between Keely and Tarion. Or Toriel, excuse me.
You just die.
Oh yeah, it's got to be a big, like the space equivalent of a super transport. You just see this thing and it just starts blocking out the stars. What is that? That's the Gertrude. Da 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 da. So a dungeon. I would love to cheat through here, but I'd like to keep judging their dungeon design, so we're not going to cheat. We're going to... I mean, we're obviously cheating, but we're not going to make a cheat. That is a lot of spiders. -12 to gameplay. Oh, thank God. Mechas. Anything but spiders. Okay, so I'm pretty sure this fight would have forced me to go outside to endure it. That's a lot of things to fight in short order. Mecha spiders don't bother me that much. So, okay, how many of you guys are aware of Kevin Smith? I imagine it's most of you. I've been aware of Kevin Smith's Superman story for some time. I mean, it's been something that was shopped around for years. It's old news. His whole script is available online for reading if you want to go find it. But I bring it up specifically. Hello. Because I only very recently, as in just last week actually, watched the story of him actually telling the tale of how that came into being. And, that sounds horrible. And that story is hilarious. And I bring it up because I find myself wondering, was that actually why there was a mecha spider in Wild Wild West? Because that is just how Hollywood tends to work. Like, if you study Hollywood for a while, you kind of get used to this sort of whims that Hollywood tends to have, you know? That producers and executives will insist upon. There we go. Yeah, that actually looks pretty decent. Except for the robe, which is hovering over us like some freaking bat wings or something. Actually, I don't like that as much with the armor. Let's go back to the robe. And let's just get rid of the cloak. There we go. That's not bad. I like that. I like that. An aircraft carrier for the Gertrude. Yeah, okay. Interesting. I never even heard of that with regards to the fish tank thing. I mean, I hate to say this, Tyler, but it does make sense from a purely in-lore perspective, because dwarves are actually very varied when it comes to their appearance. I mean, look at Thorin, you know. Which game trilogy do I prefer in terms of storytelling? Halo or Gears of War? Well, I've never played either, but I will still say Halo. Mostly because I know more about the lore of Halo. Although I could talk to you about the lore of Gears of War, but it would be very patchwork and full of holes, because I've never played the games. Hello, Magister. Yeah, that was a mega frontless. So yeah, sorry, I mentioned I wanted to not cheat through the dungeons. That was almost interesting. Here is a massive fight of doom. Like, remember, I'm using very high-powered spells right now that I shouldn't actually have access to. And I have infinite mana, and that still was just... I'm trying to picture what that would be like without. That reminds me of Motion Pawn. Every now and again you use the word tin. In context, what does that mean? You don't mind my asking? Prophet's ass. You can always tell we're moving fast when there's a prophet's ass. Wrong road. I'm not accusing of anything, I just don't know what it means. That's why I'm asking. That being said, Halo does do one thing that actually drives me batty when fiction does it. So here's these ancient precursors, which already is something just kind of makes me raise an eyebrow. But in addition to being ancient precursors, they were stupidly advanced. Like, if you actually look into exactly how advanced the multiple precursor races from Halo were, it is insane, the level of technological advancement they had. Ah. So in other words, tend, T-E-N-D. Okay, that makes sense. So let's see how this dungeon is. 2 mecha fights right at the start. Very large amount of HP. Which part, Nascosta? And looks like that's it. So it looks like that's our first... Yes?
I'm going to Home Depot in a little while. You will come with?
I'm streaming.
No.
But I'm streaming.
No.
Streaming.
No.
Alright guys, I'll let you vote. Should I go to Home Depot with my sister? Or should I defeat Enderal? You be... Yeah, I'd like to come.
Okay.
When are you leaving?
Oh.
Well, I need a little better than that.
I have one more box that I can put all the books.
Okay.
And then I'm out of boxes.
People in chat are saying I should go to Home Depot.
Okay, you have a package.
Yeah, I need to pick it up. It's some shirts.
I throw it.
No, wait, no, no. Don't throw. No. Oh, God.
I miss.
What am I in combat with? Why are you halfway downstairs? Are you carrying things that I should be carrying?
No.
Oh, okay. By the way, the garbage is pretty full, just as a heads up.
It's Thursday.
I know, but I have another bag that needs to go in there, too. So does the chair and my pillows, too. They say... Chat just said they just witnessed me being assaulted. Any questions? Ah! So you're a stormtrooper, apparently. Sorry. You probably don't show up at all right now with that shirt.
No, it's not green enough to not show up.
Yeah, no, you are
Oh,
not
never
there
mind.
at
It is-
all. You,
It is green enough to not show up.
you're literally completely see-through.
I am. Look, I am skinny and have giant boobs.
Oh my god!
This is amazing.
There we go. We're good. We're good.
It's okay. They can't see them.
Oh, okay. We're okay. We're okay.
Yeah, that's funny.
Siler says hi.
I don't have a belly.
All right. Let's finish making this airship, shall we?
You're gonna die.
Nah, I'm fine.
You would have died if that was WoW.
Yeah. Unless I was a rogue, or a druid, or a mage, or a priest, or a shaman.
You remember when they took falling damage out for a while?
Yes.
And everybody was like, whee!
That was awesome.
Or paladin.
Yeah,
You
or
can time
paladin.
bubble
Or
really
paladin.
well.
Yep. In fact, it's like a warrior can too. They can hup if they time it right.
Well, they didn't used to be able to hop.
True. So in WoW Classic, it'll be death again. All right. So what's up?
Everyone will die in WoW Classic.
So I got you the alloys.
Perfect. That's them. Good work.
Okay. I also got you the cube.
He thought so. Very good work. Your reputation is well deserved.
Are we done here?
Yes, he didn't expect it, but you...
Mages can also float, but that doesn't really help them much.
And ice block.
And ice block. Mages have like 3 ways to avoid dying.
Heavens like a fairy. Ah, and you should go to the captain's cabin before you leave. Your
What?
Grand Master arrived a short while ago, and it seems he wants to talk to you.
Okay.
I have to walk back up the stairs.
No, you don't. You can just stay here forever.
No, I need to go pack that last box.
Sildir says, hang on. Zan, you need to convince Laura to play more D&D Primus anything.
I've been trying to.
That is not true.
I have. Third runs
Oh, that, yeah.
a game, and I've been trying to convince him that he should go out and
okay.
like play with real
Valid,
people,
valid.
like not internet strangers.
Because Guido
No
isn't a
offense
real
to
person.
any of the people that we play with that we know are real.
The missing pieces.
Once a week.
He said the ship would be ready to fly in a day.
According to Kurmai, your journey will last 2 days.
Saldir agrees with me.
I've-
Saldir, I bet you also agree with me that he shouldn't be working 60 plus hours a week and not taking a single day off.
This is where the
I
ancient
take a nap in the middle of the day now.
You don't take any days off.
That's true.
And on the days that you have errands to run, do you take your nap or do you go run your errands?
magistrate.
You go run your
that's-
errands.
Her adjutant will accompany you.
I
expect
live with you. I know these things.
Not for long.
He was supposed to be taking a nap yesterday,
Yeah.
and my nesting had me outside playing with dirt. And so he decides he's going to come outside in his uniform and help me play in the dirt.
I didn't get dirty. I didn't get, you can check. See, I didn't get any dirt on it. See? We're cool. We're cool.
Instead of taking his nap.
And I did get it done. I got everything cleaned out there.
Uh-huh.
It was really a pain getting the pool
Into a bag?
Into a bag, yeah.
I bet.
But I did it.
He gets it all the time. I have no idea how to say that name.
Which one?
Roiting?
Roiting, yeah.
Yeah.
Where are the others?
They will be there.
Go take a nap at Home Depot. I'll just leave him in the car. It'll be fine. I'll crack the windows.
Who knows what you will be facing?
You've slept in a car, haven't you?
A lot.
To say I have too, and it's horrible.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess we'll do this. It's time to go on an airship. Ba, ba, da, ba. Gold Flavius there.
Yeah,
My sister is fun. She is an awesome person. We should
I
stream together
only
more
pester
often.
because he nearly killed himself from overwork one time.
That only happened once. It's true. That only happened once.
It only takes one.
And I have been doing many efforts to
I've
try and
told
take.
him-
Oh God, I missed. Okay, we're okay. I've been taking several efforts to take better care of myself since then.
I've told him if he works himself to death, I'm going to call Mom and say, I tried to tell him.
And her response is gonna be like, "Yeah, I know."
Her response is going to be, no, I did too. And everybody on chat's going to be, yeah, we did 3 million.
It's fine. Oh, they're talking.
The others will be able to steer the ship without you, correct?
Yes, they won't be steering anything, to be precise.
In the Home
Because
Depot
Gertrude
trolley.
flies on her
Get one of those
own
ones
as
that...
soon as the coordinates have been set. He thanks you, Tealor Aranthiel. Any other Grand Master would have laughed at him, but you have listened.
Hi, Bragwin.
Now you're not muted.
He
I think.
will be
Yep.
the first of his people to meet the ancient fathers. It is hard to believe that.
Minizan still has school.
Yeah.
All the best for your
Minizan 2.0 isn't coming out for a while.
We need to come up with a nickname. I just
Oh,
realized.
no, that's her name.
2.0.
2.0.
Okay.
If it was a boy, it was going to be a problem. Because
Yeah.
we couldn't call it Minizan 2.0 because it was a boy. And Minizan's a girl.
Mini Zob.
And there's one more.
Mini-Zob.
Because it's masculine sounding.
Belong to my son. I want you to have it. Wear it or not, the choice is yours. Now leave. And do not disappoint me.
What amulet
Except
are
he
you
doesn't, like, have an American job. He has a I make my own hours job and therefore could totally work, like, 1 day a week if I wanted to, and no boss would say anything to me. And decides that, nah, what is he going to do? He's going to work Japanese hours. Microzan? The chat's...
Microzan.
Well, currently it's Microzan.
That's true.
Although she's not really micro anymore.
That's also true. Oh, darn, I think
Zane.
Did I already finish that? That's a shock. I don't care. Don't care. This is my talent tree.
It's
Yeah.
in a rock.
Basically, yeah.
Saying type C.
What's type B then?
I don't know.
I mean, she would be type A, obviously. Okay, so I need to put talent points somewhere. So should I put them into Thaumaturge, Sinistrope, Evil, or
Green?
Lycanthrope?
You should put them in green.
That's Rogue. Okay, so if I'm doing Rogue, should I do Vagrant,
Left.
Infiltrator?
You should do left green.
Infiltrator. Alright, guys, I'm going to be an infiltrator now. Bless you. No, she's going to name her Gertrude. The name of the airship we're about to leave on is called
Xanos.
Gertrude.
Somebody said I should. If it was a boy, we should have called it Xanos.
Oh my god. Really, Cord? What do we got here? Knife attacks. Nope. Sneak attacks with bow. Nope. Sneak attacks with one-handed weapons. None of these matter! Why are you making me go up this talent tree?
Because it was green.
Ugh.
And left.
Fine, we'll do one-handed weapons. What's this? Flash powder, don't care. Pickpocketing is easier. Sprinting is weird. Stolen goods can be stolen. Yeah, sure. And by stolen, I mean sold. Walking is easier. Sneaking is easier.
Yeah, but if we just call if it was it's not a boy, so this is hypothetical. But if we just called it Zan, then it wouldn't be. It would be orally. There we go. Orally indistinguishable from Zan with the H. That's me.
Xanathar doesn't. I mean, gender doesn't really matter for Xanathar, though.
No, the point is
Do you
that
know
they
who
have a
Xanathar is?
masculine association with Xanathar.
But do you know who Xanathar is?
Not a clue.
One moment. I'm gonna laugh if I'm wrong. Nope, that's him. Yeah, that's Xanathar.
Well, that's hideous.
Yeah, I mean, beholders, you know. Brunhilde? I actually kind of like that name. Okay, when are we going?
You're not allowed to name children.
What? You know the names I came up with. You probably don't remember them. So when are we going?
I need to go pack a box.
So I'm going to go on this airship then. Oh my god, I'm flying and it's the most amazing thing ever!
I'm going to take my wobbly self upstairs.
Okay. Ah.
I probably need to find a box. Gigantic boobs!
What? Really?
What? They turned gigantic because you couldn't see them and my belly went all flat.
Oh, right. Yeah, they were like cassava melons.
Yeah.
Or watermelons or whatever's bigger. I'm not actually sure.
I don't know what a cassava melon is.
It's pretty big.
And I don't want watermelon-sized boobs.
That would be so uncomfortable. God, that would be horrible.
Have you seen the woman that had like the god-awfully huge boobs?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That's watermelon-sized boobs. We don't want to accept it.
What's up, Ryman?
Just like...
Welcome aboard. How are things going?
Like
Are you ready? Well then. All aboard! Then raise the ramp! She's taking off! And there we go.
There's no lows in the area, Ryman.
Very good.
Not really, Emotion Pawn.
This is incredible.
Whee!
Fly!
I should have saved before I did this, because this just has bugs a potential written all over it. Look at this. Jitter, 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 jitter. Jitter, jitter, jitter. Oh, hey, Kalia. That person is busy. At least this one has ramps. I like FF14, but every frickin' time you see the airships, like just the transit airships in FF14, they have no side rails and nothing to hold on to. Well, I've had several female friends who really have had gigantic memories, and it is quite actually legitimately unpleasant and painful, in addition to the fact that it's hard to bra shop, in addition to the fact that it's just irritating in general, and blah, blah, blah. It is a negative thing. So, hey, Jaspar, what's up? You know what? I'm not going to talk to you. You know what? I'm going to talk to you. Wait, no, I'm not going to talk to you. Maybe I should talk to you. What's the thing here? I mean, the internet tells me I have autism, which is hysterical in its own right. For the record, I do not. I actually don't have anything. I have often considered myself blessed because despite the many issues that cycle around the world today, I don't have anything. I have health issues, like regular old health issues, with my kidneys, with my blood sugar, with my lungs. But I don't have everything up here. Go figure. Although mental health issues don't run in my family either, so it's probably mostly genetics.
It's a crazy world, isn't it?
What do you mean?
On our way to a forgotten city in the clouds, and I'm part of it. That just sounds surreal. But anyway, it's good that you're here. I wanted to talk to you. Do you have a second?
Of course I do. If I didn't, I wouldn't be here, would I?
You have a point there. How should I put it? I wanted to thank you. I'm not sure if you know it, but all that's happened since I plucked you out of that thicket on the Sun Coast, it did something to me. I think I've understood something, as corny as it may sound.
What?
It's hard to put into words. You know, I still believe what I told you that time we met at the Dancing Nomad. That we all act as we do because we hope it makes us happy. But somehow, in no small part thanks to my father, I've always considered responsibility and being happy to be contradictory. But actually, that's wrong. It's the exact opposite. In order to be truly content, we need connection. To a person, to cause, to anything. If you never find that, you'll never find yourself.
I mean, that's a little change of the tune from "We're born alone, we die alone."
Yeah, I said that. And I still think it's true to an extent. You're on your own if you want to be. I'm responsible for what happened to Adela and to Licia, because I never wanted to be responsible. Sounds strange, doesn't it? But I can't change what happened. I'll just have to live with that.
So what you're saying is we all need something to live for.
Maybe. Maybe not. In the end, I can only speak for myself. The fact is, though, that that it feels like I owe this world to be right here, right now, as part of something momentous. And I like how that feels. That surprises me. No matter how all this ends, I will have no regrets. The same goes for our friendship. That's what I wanted to tell you. Despite all the trouble we got ourselves into, I'm glad that our paths crossed. For whatever reason they did.
Well, the feeling's mutual.
Thanks. But anyway, enough of this sentimental babble for now. You should probably rest a little. Who knows what awaits us up there?
I'm guessing a really long dungeon and a lot of mecha things. Where's Kalia? Kalia. Kalia. I'm flying. Hang on.
Look who's here.
Save.
How are you?
I'm flying, Jack. I'm flying. Oh God! Oh God! It had no collision. Okay, what's funny is I'm pretty sure that I would be screwed. Here, hang on. Let me turn off God mode. Yeah, this has no collision, so... Okay, there is a death plane there. I was gonna say, I hope he at least put a death plane there. He did, he did. Bring me Peter Pan. By the way, funny fact, looking people in the eyes during talking is actually a fairly common issue, regardless of any mental health things. Because a lot of people tend to find it semi-awkward. Like, you feel like you're staring, right? Or you're not sure what to emote, or you're worried about what expression you're making, that kind of stuff. It's pretty normal. I knew it, Saluk! Time to die. Wait, I take it back. I'm glad you hit the purple button, though. And even though you already did this, I just want to say thank you again, because I still appreciate it. Very, very much. I am moving soon, as I think I've indicated, and the fact that I am able to afford to do that is, in part, because of subs like that. So thank you. No, that's the handshake trick, Pyro.
Saira, how are... Okay, let's just skip the small talk. I was never good at... I couldn't sleep, so I used the chance to take a look around. The thought that Kermine did this all by himself... It's incredible. It would take dozens of Enderalian craftsmen at least 5 years to do this.
What was I going to say? Oh, Pyro. So, how many of you even know about the handshake thing? I'm honestly curious. Because I've discussed this with people over the years, and it's always funny, because every time I talk about it to someone who doesn't know about the handshake thing, they're like, oh, that makes so much sense now.
So, are you ready?
Yeah.
Good.
Are you gonna kill me? You're gonna kill me, aren't you? No, the handshake thing, a surprisingly large amount of information, at least here in the States, is conveyed by how you shake someone's hand. The specific point you grip, the nature of what type of grip you use, how strong you grip it, and what you do with the actual motion. Every single one of those things actually conveys a decent amount of information. Now, most people that I know of who are aware of the handshake thing basically handshake in a specific manner. In other words, they try to convey a certain thing rather than just shaking hands naturally. But you'd be surprised, and again, because a lot of people don't actually think about this, you'd be surprised how much you can learn about someone by just shaking their hands and seeing how exactly they do it, analyzing the exact specific way they do it. It's just fascinating. As I've said many times, I've studied human nature and human psychology for most of my life, and this is just another aspect of it that I find interesting. This is too big to be in our airship.
Kurmai told me about this place. This sphere is what keeps us in the air, and it draws its energy from the water. Crystal water, that's what he called it. I just had to see it for myself.
Yeah, we're apparently in a TARDIS, guys. Sorry.
It's beautiful, don't you think?
Yeah, actually.
In any case,
He just can't believe it. No, he just can't believe it.
Oh, damn.
Let me guess. We shouldn't be down here.
No, quickly, run.
Okay. Wait for me. Sheesh.
That should do it. Now, wait a second.
What part of vertical didn't you understand? He thinks his instructions were clear. Stay here. Do nothing. But no. You decide to run around the ship and open whatever door crosses your path. And no, don't look at him like that. Next time, there will be consequences.
I know a few people who do the limp hand thing, and that always weirds me out a bit because my natural inclination is what I call the firm handshake. You don't grip, you don't squeeze, but you have the firm grip. Like if you had to hold them up by your hand, you could do it, kind of a grip. And so when someone does the limp fish thing, it's like, and then I'm holding their hand, and their hand happens to be held by my hand, and that's it. And I'm always like, eh. Anyways. Now to pickpocket Kalia.
Well, okay.
Saved by the bell, I guess.
Yes.
Okay, she's lost it. She's lost it. Oh god, she's gonna kill me right now.
That... I just...
Don't kill me, please. Okay, you can kill me. I don't actually care that much.
By the name of the sun, I just can't believe it.
What?
Here we are, on a mission to save mankind, and instead of sharpening our weapons and talking gloomily, we play hide and seek like two little kids who just stole an apple from their neighbor. That's just bizarre, isn't it?
Last I checked, gloomy talk doesn't win battles.
No, it hasn't. Anyway, I guess we're safe down here, at least for a while. And actually, I don't mind. This place, it makes me feel serene.
I'm sorry, why is there a campfire down here in the airship? I'm just...
Lets you forget why we're here.
That's true. What happened to you, by the way? You seem a little different.
Do I? In a good or bad way?
I'm gonna say good way.
That's good to hear. You know, Sayura, I've been thinking about what happened in the castle and the talk we had after that.
Okay.
Well, do you remember when I said that I should maybe just give up and accept that I'll never be able to fully control that thing inside me? You told me that I might be right. That I should maybe just stop trying to control it, because that only made it stronger in a way. At first, that made me really angry. It just sounded heartless, even though I know you didn't mean it that way. But then I thought about it and realized there's truth to that. You know, all my life, I've tried to kill that part of me because it made me feel despicable. And every time I failed, I hated myself for it and thought that I was just too weak. But that was the wrong way to look at it from the very start. This thing, the only way to truly kill it would be to kill myself. And I can't and won't do that. Not now, when there's so much at stake, nor in the future if there is one.
So what you're saying is you're gonna kill me right now? No! To answer you really quick, Silder, that usually means I got your back. That's an affirmation rather than any of the other kind of things. So what you're trying to say is that you're just gonna let it run free?
No, I won't let it harm anyone ever again. But I'll accept that it's a part of me. You know, Saira, what did all the self-loathing ever do? I've been dealt a tough hand, and with that thing and these urges inside of me, I'll never be like the others. I think that's the best, maybe the only way to deal with something like this. Accept it, as despicable as it may be, because it is part of who you are. Do you understand what I mean? I'm not deluding myself. Living with this thing will be something I have to wrestle with for the rest of my life. There will always be moments of weakness when it will try to get the best of me. But I will always resist. And I will do so without condemning myself every time it happens. And in the meantime, I will live. I will do all the things that I never allowed myself to do. Build friendships, go see the world, and go dancing. Even if the latter would be a rather amusing sight.
So what about me? Am I part of your plans?
You are, if you want to be.
What did she just say, guys? I missed
big
what she
boobs.
said.
That's why you said it.
She does not. So what did she just say? I actually missed it because my sister was talking over her.
He said it in his sultry voice.
I do not have a sultry voice. I said that wrong. I don't have a sultry voice. Capital S, capital B. You are if you want it to be. Oh, right. Being part of her life, part of her friend. Yes. Yes, I wouldn't have it any other way.
See, now he's talking
means a
normal.
lot to me, Saira. You know, I'm not sure I could have... why am I still talking?
What?
I told you, sultry!
What?
Sultry!
Ah! What was that?
You were seducing her!
I was not. I was trying
You
to support
did! You
her.
even used your
This
sultry
woman had a
voice.
literal demon in her,
You used the
and I was
sultry
trying
voice.
to help her with that.
You did.
By being the first friend she's ever had in her life.
Apparently you need to exercise her with your Excalibur.
What? Where am I? Don't answer that.
You had sex with her, and now you're naked and have no clothes.
We're inside an airship, by the way. Why are there palm trees and a campfire and water inside an airship?
Magic.
God damn it! Where's my armor? Give me my armor. God, I don't even remember what I had equipped. I think it was that. There's a dog down here. Go upstairs.
Phelan, go upstairs. He doesn't respect you as a people.
Yeah, I know.
She's over there.
Okay, that's much better. See, this is what I'm supposed to look like.
That was not what you were wearing.
I know, which is weird, because I never unequipped it. Put some clothes on! That's... Good morning.
Hey, sorry I didn't wake you earlier. You seemed...
What are my options? Whatever.
I guess so.
See?
I heard
He's
talk
flirting.
from upstairs, and I think it could be time to go back to the others. What do you say?
Sure. What do you? How do you feel about all this?
Good, I suppose. But truth be told, I'm also afraid. You know, to make a mistake. All of this, it's new to me, and it happened quickly. There you were, there were these feelings, and then...
At least the actress is good. What? We're just gonna skip that. What's the plan?
Hopefully one that includes the two of us being together. First, we have to put an end to the cycle, find the Numinos, light the beacon, and then... I can't imagine that this Quarak will just set sail and go back to Nerim once we've destroyed his vision of a higher existence for mankind, which essentially means war.
Ooh, war.
There's no demon insider anymore. He pulled out the Excalibur and exercised it. That's why he was so tired. I literally walked into this and had 2.5 seconds and could tell from coming down the stairs that you were having a romance.
Now, before I actually go with my sister to this, I suppose I should pick an option. What do we got here? Maybe we should flee. We can't run.
Yes, we'll see. For now, I'd say that we should focus on getting rid of the high ones first.
No.
Do you want to go upstairs now? The others will be waiting for us.
All right, let's go. And get me out of this dialogue so I can talk.
I recommend a little clothing first, though.
I'm dressed!
The others would like this look as much as I do.
What are you doing, game?
He was, and then he deliberately...
What are you doing?
Saving.
But it's going to dump me in another cutscene. I know how this game works. And it's just going to be like, and then... or I could level. What should I race? Health, mana, or stamina?
Stamina.
Okay.
But something isn't right.
Oh, stop. Save. Pause. Okay. To stand on principle, the last time a game basically shoved us into a romance, I gave it a partial negative. Do you remember that? Jyoti, Pillars of Eternity 2.
I don't think this shoved you into a romance. I think yourself didn't know what buttons you were hitting.
Because, and we've talked about this before, a lot of video games don't seem to understand the difference between I care about you and want to take care of you and I want to get into your pants. Believe it or not, those are not the same thing. I know, shocking. So, I actually care about that character. Like, she has a horrible, tragic backstory, and I'd like to make sure that she has friends going forward. But, what? So, hang on. Let's actually go check our list here, shall we? Let's pull up Pillars of Eternity 2. What did I give that game for the exact same problem? That's Pathfinder Kingmaker. That's Super Mario Brothers. Here we go. Aha! There it is. You're right. It was a full negative. So I'm actually going to go ahead and give this a story negative for the same reason I did last time. So... And there's actually an addendum here I want to add. How do I phrase this?
For those of you that are disagreeing with him on that and agreeing with me, my brother goes full platonic when he is doing pretty much anything. If he doesn't think that there's anything sexual, he won't see. I could literally have a female walk in here with like zero clothes on and say, "Hey, do you want to sleep with me?" And he would say, "Yeah, sure, I'm tired. Let's go take a nap."
That is true. Yeah.
So, for those of you that wanted some out of context, or out of game context. Me, on the other hand, the literal one, picks up on shit like that, which is funny.
So here's the other thing I wanted to mention out here. So I actually am aware of this because of the construction of this game. Both Kalia and Jaspar are both romance options, regardless of gender, right? As per usual for something like this. But despite the fact that I have been consistently reaching out to Jaspar to, be his friend, nothing's ever happened there. In fact, you'll remember the scene that you missed right before this was the friendship scene with Jaspar, where I'm like, "Dude, I got your back. I am your friend, and we're going to walk into this together, and it's nice to be part of something." That was still me embracing him as hard as I possibly can. And yet still no romance. And yet with the female...
Yes. Is it possible that they do have some coding differences in there, despite the fact that they're both romance options?
I could be misinformed on the matter.
Especially when it's a male on male and the homophobia that's out there?
Well, again, they're both supposed to be both.
Yes, they're both supposed to be both, but...
Well, let me explain what I mean by that a little bit. Because from a programming perspective, it's actually easier to include...
To not include?
To not include gender when it comes to writing something like romance, because that means you don't have to change anything.
Yes,
you just have to make one string of code and
yes,
events and scripts.
And I'm pointing out...
And that's supposedly what they did here.
And I'm pointing out...
Like Dragon Age 2. That's another example, though.
That even if they said that's what they're supposedly doing and that there is an option there to do it, if it was actually there, a good part of the... Why are you killing yourself?
It's not worth it anymore! Oh, wow. Where's... Oh, there's the ground. Such as it is.
You didn't... Now what are you going to do?
Die slowly. Let's go to the actual ground. Here we go. The base of the world. There it is. Bonk. Now we're gonna... Quick load is what we're gonna do.
Or the city is deserted.
Apparently we're still on approach to the city.
Nonsense. Now quiet. He needs to concentrate.
The good part of... Why are you killing yourself? There's only one... Oh, wait,
a good portion
hey, what's
of
that?
A tower. Are you going to see if you can jump to it?
Yep.
You missed. So a good portion of the audience who will say in theory that they're okay with this being a thing, a male-on-male romance being a thing, an option. If actually then presented with it and have it come up with the same... Why are there 2 levels of ground?
I don't know. Ah, it keeps teleporting me up. Do you see that?
Yeah, I do.
Okay,
There's a 3rd level of ground.
Let's go over there. Let's see what's over there.
And now you gotta go left. Nope, not that far left. Wait, what?
I'm above the water now.
How the hell did you get above the water?
What?
I think the game is broken. Go teleport back to your ship.
Sorry, go ahead, sis. Someone wants to hear your point.
Well, stop distracting me with the ground that's
but
weird.
Look at it. It's just weird. And it's like
gone now.
Look. Yeah, I'll keep the camera this way to really show what it's doing. It doesn't know my z-axis at all.
If they were actually presented with a situation where male-on-male romance was as easy as your male-on-female romance that happened just now, they would have fits, and there would be a decent portion that would be very loud about it, protesting the game, getting them bad rep.
Now, what's interesting about that is there is actually an example of that. Dragon Age 2, I just mentioned that. But that was a little bit different, so it's not the same thing. Because what happened there was one programmer being an idiot. It's complicated.
Okay.
So.
That's my point, though, is that if there is a male-on-male romance option, it is probably harder to actualize. Now you're stuck.
No. I'm moving. It doesn't look like I am, but I am.
They typically have the male-on-male be more difficult to get to. For the simple fact that people would be outraged. Like, you have to work at it. Likewise, the stigma for male-on-male does not exist for female-on-female because, 2 girls with 2 girls, or a girl with a girl.
2 girls with 2 girls? What?
Shut up.
What the hell have you been watching?
A girl is just hot. Girl-on-girl action. Woo, I have a big dick.
Where's... clouds!
Now where are you?
I'm going up. I'm going straight up.
Okay, how are you going to get back to your ship?
Wait. There's the tower. There's the city. Is it available to straight up avoid it? Of course it is. All you have to do is not be nice to her. That's one of the things that I was so upset about was Jyoti. Oh god, yeah.
Y'all hush.
What is this? Oh. I just can't see those from this angle. Yay for 2-dimensional objects. See, Gertrude.
You named your ship Gertrude.
I didn't name this! Why would I name my airship Gertrude?
I have no idea.
No offense to anyone out there whose name is Gertrude. We did it!
No, it's not. I just don't have the same restrictions placed on me that he does.
Yeah.
And besides that, in my opinion, the conversations about sexual relations is not something that is, controversial.
Now, invisible shirts, that's super controversial.
No, I mean, it's totally fine. It just means I have giant boobs.
Oh my god. I'm going to chop this off. So I was thinking about this anyway. So, first of all, I'm just going to chop off the local recording.